So this game came down to more than just one play. This game came down to multiple plays that we can learn from, that we can be better from. Besides the obvious of how much does this hurt, yeah. There's plenty to learn from. And I'll tell you like this. There's no moral victories. But when you see a guy like that, you're proud of them because they care. They don't only care about how they do, but they care about their team and the way the guys fought tonight. Again, there's plenty of plays within this game that we can learn from, that we can move forward, that we can be better from, being that our goals are all still right out in front of us. And that's the bottom line. We played aggressive in this game. This game, we went out there to accomplish the mission. We played aggressive. It didn't work out in our favor tonight, but I'm proud of the guys. I love these guys. And I'm excited to move forward when that sun comes up tomorrow. I'm excited to grow and keep marching forward. Questions?
After BYU took the lead during the fourth quarter, you guys only needed 4 plays to regain the lead. What did you see out of Taylor on that drive specifically?
Say that again. Which time you talking?
After BYU took the lead late in the fourth quarter, you guys only needed 4 plays to score to retake the lead. What did you see out of Taylor on that drive? He had 2 nice completions, a nice run.
Well, he was moving around. I mean, he was extending. There were some nice throws from within, and then being able to extend. I think, again, it's why we played more aggressive towards the end of the first half to create some rhythm, because we just didn't have very many offensive plays. It's hard to get going in rhythm when you don't have those things. We came up with some big stops in the red zone on defense, but they had the ball a lot of the time. We were, I'm proud of the way some of the guys stepped up on defense when, a few of those guys went down. A few of our key guys went down on the first play of the game. And there were some guys that jumped in there and did a nice job and really came up in the red zone. Again, the time of possession there really slowed down, and that's my point at all. The time of possession right there really slowed down. We weren't able to convert on third down, so we were off the field. It is, but, I mean, we love those guys, and Zeke obviously was back in trying to make it work and whatnot. The other guys stepping up, and those are the things that we did. We didn't win tonight, bottom line, but there's guys that did things better in this game than they did in the game before. And some guys made some plays at wide receiver. Gabe stepped up, and, from my initial evaluation of being out there in the game, not dissecting the film, Gabe did a good job. And that's big time for him to be able to step up. Ty Tanner jumping in there and holding his own and allowing us to keep battling. And so I'm proud of those guys for that. Again, we didn't accomplish the mission, but there's so much that we can learn from this, the experience of it, to help us accomplish our goal. Well, the vertical down the field pass game, early on we were doing a good job handling those things. What comes with that is dropping out into coverage and handling all that. We didn't handle the quarterback run game. We didn't tackle well on the quarterback draws. And then because, again, for the most part, handling those vertical shots or the deeper routes, they went to the screen game off of that. Ultimately, that comes down to us. That starts with me and making sure that we're putting those guys in a better position. But we tip our hat to them, too. They mix it up. They complemented some of the things they were doing.
That defensive stop at the end of the first half, just 4 timeouts. What do you guys have to do to kind of keep your defense in there and say, hey, just keep at it and finally get that stop?
Yeah, the cool part about it is they're the ones that, with that banter, they know what it is. It doesn't matter the circumstances. It never matters the circumstances, whether we're training, we're practicing, we are on the 1 yard line with 1 second left in the half, and they're going for it. The circumstances never matter. And again, we didn't accomplish the goal, but there's another thing right there that I mean, proud of our guys for their resiliency, and then again the offense coming out in the second half and what they were able to do. We didn't play 4 quarters of our best football, with both sides of the ball clicking. And as for us, as coaches, that's what we that's where we go evaluate and look and see. Again, we did some good things, but there's obviously things we need to grow.
You said it doesn't come down to one play, but the one that'll stick in the mind is the BYU touchdown at the end. What did you see from your perspective of how Caleb played that and just the play itself?
I saw Caleb. He was in position. The guy made a one-handed catch, bobbled it, and then secured it before he went out of bounds. So, I saw same thing. It doesn't come down to one play. There was a lot of plays in that game. If we don't give up an explosive play on that drive in terms of a screen, we're not down there in that situation. So, again, there's isolations on the outside, and I'm proud of the way the corners battled out there all game. And again, they're going against some longer, taller, wide receivers and against some isolation routes and things like that. It's a learning experience. They'll be better for it moving forward. I love those guys, and I can't wait to see how they're going to respond.
Avalos had a catch 3 games in a row now. His first career touchdown today. Seems like he's emerging in this wide receiver group. How high is his ceiling?
Really high. We just missed him early on in the game there too, down the other sideline. So we're excited about where he's growing. He's just got to keep on with it, just being consistent, coming every day, and it's not just about running those routes. It's about the process and making sure that we're continuing to grow and we're learning more. There's a lot that goes into the offense in terms of alignments, motions, all those different things besides just the route running. And he's growing at that stuff and being able to handle the full plan. And we're excited about where he can go and what his ceiling is, and we just want to keep seeing him do well. Yeah, and that's where, again, being able to see him respond and get going and get stronger in the second half. And even there on that last drive, it's tough. To no one's fault, but when we get a penalty and it puts us behind the chains that far in a 2-minute situation, it's really tough. But even then, getting ourselves back into a position, a more favorable position to convert and move the chains. It's an experience for him. Again, we say it every time. Every time he steps out on the field, every time he he has a new drive. It's a new experience. We want to keep growing. He's going to grow from this. He's going to grow. And it's just not about what happened tonight, but then being able to put it in place. How did we work throughout the week? What allowed us to do things successfully in the game in whatever phase, whether it be the pass game, the run game, and then how do we do it better next week?
You saw that move for the first time tonight, new number, new position. Is that going to be a permanent thing of him moving to tight end, or was that just for this game?
Well, he wants to catch the ball a little, so maybe we might keep him there and throw him the rock. But I know, much like everybody else, I'm just excited to see him back out there. He battled very, I'm not going to go into specific details, but a very unfortunate infection early on in camp, and we're just happy that he's back healthy and he's out there playing ball for the last couple weeks, getting himself back in shape. And this was the first week where he could get in the game and play a few snaps, and so we'll just continue to get him in shape as we move forward. Yeah, it's awesome to see him back out there. Well, they take as many shots down the field as anybody in the nation. So what comes with that is that, the coverage is downfield, and we've got to do. Again, it's on us. We got to do a better job with how we fit those screens. There's certain things that we can do to help our guys, and make a greater emphasis on handling those things. And again, it's not on the guys, it's on us. We'll make sure that we get it cleaned up, and we'll be better at those things. And then, you know what, it's fitting those screens too is just the leverage of it in tackling. We didn't tackle extremely well out on the perimeter today. And you know, as you get into the grind of the season, you're trying to work new drills to make sure you're hitting all the different things you need to, because it is tackle football. We just got to make sure that we're doing a good job rotating the certain drills through and making sure the guys are getting all the work that they need to, given all the different